My name's Tristan, I live in Wotton, but I'm originally from Bolton and I'm a design development engineer. I just want to take a couple of minutes to tell you about a secret that I was searching for about 30 years. It's the secret of new beginnings. I never had many friends growing up as a kid. It suited me fine. I had an older sister, but I'm sure all of you know what brothers and sisters fight like. Didn't have any really close friends at school, never really bothered with an education. I went to school, but I didn't really work when I was there. I couldn't be bothered with it. I left school at age 15 with no qualifications, and I did probably about 15 or 20 jobs before joining the army at 20-year-old. I spent 10 years in the 1st Battalion, the Queen's Lancashire Regiment, and it was good. I really enjoyed it. I can honestly say that that's where I met the majority of my truest and closest friends. I suppose it's because we was all looking for the same thing, all looking for something to belong to, somebody to look after and something to call our own. And in the army that's what you've got. I had 850 older or younger brothers. I looked after them, they looked after me, and I had a fine time. In the 10 years I was in the army, I was married, had children, got divorced, got remarried, had another child, and I thought, I've got everything. I've made it, I've got everything I want. I don't need anything else. 6 months after coming out of the army, I was sentenced to 2.5 years in prison for grievous bodily harm. And I lost everything that I thought that I wanted. I had a fantastic house, 2 cars, a lovely wife, a lovely daughter, and I lost it all, and I mean it all, apart from one bag of clothes that I left the house with. My wife divorced me, and I left her with everything that was in the house and everything that was outside the house. And on the 6th of January 1996, my life was one great big steaming dung heap. Like I say, I'd lost everything. I thought to myself, on my first night in prison, that's it. Who's going to want to marry me? Who's going to want to have children with me? Who's going to employ me? I had all things like that going through my head. About a month into my sentence, my dad died, and I was probably at an all-time low. And it was at this point that I thought, I'm just a waste of oxygen. I might as well just end it all, commit suicide. I had a plastic bag, an elastic band. The plastic bag was going over my head, the elastic band was following it, and that was going around my neck to hold the plastic bag down, to stop me from pulling it off. At the point of putting the plastic bag over my head, another prisoner walked into the cell and said, "What are you doing?" And me, in my naturally sarcastic, witty way, said something along the lines of, "I'm going shopping, what does it look like?" We had quite a long chat, myself and the other prisoner, and I explained a few things to him. And at the end of the conversation, he asked me if he could pray for me. He said he was a Christian, and "Can I pray for you?" This is something in probably 31 years that nobody had ever said to me before, and I said yes, yeah. He said a prayer for me, and at the end of the prayer I decided that I need to know more about God, Jesus, the Holy Spirit, and the whole Christian faith thing. I can honestly say that it's not been an easy walk in my Christian faith. There's been ups and downs, and there's been some really hard times. But God's always been there for me. God has helped me turn my life around. He has given me the second chance, the new beginning, when I thought there was nothing. There was times that I've been really low, and God's always been there. He's never failed me. And I can tell you that watching this, that at the times when you're low, when you think that nobody loves you, when you can't even love yourself, God will always be there for you. As I said, I left school with no qualifications at all. I started working for the company that I work for now about 13 years ago, emptying dustbins. They saw something in me that that nobody else did, and sent me to college. I've now got my HNC in mechanical engineering. I have some undergraduate and postgraduate modules also in engineering. And I honestly believe that it's God who's done all this for me. It was God who sent the prisoner into my room when I had the plastic bag over my head. And as I said before, He's always been there for me, and He'll always be there for you too. Thank you.